Closed captions and pointer. Okay. All right, so welcome back, students. I just want to let you know that if I'm your teacher, I want you to know that I am missing you terribly. And if I'm not your teacher, I want you to know that your teacher is missing you terribly. We can't wait to see you again in class. In the meantime, we'll continue on with our virtual learning. So in this lesson, we will still be discussing light and sound. What we have learned so far is that light and sound are both forms of energy. So again, our topic today, our lesson is called Light and Sound. Lesson 3. We will be using the unique learning system to complete this lesson. Okay, so as a recap, Lesson 2. In Lesson 2, we filled out a document using our thematic vocabulary, such as energy, light, waves, sound, and vibrations. We use those to complete sentences that we learned in the book Light and Sound by Janelle Zengoulis, illustrated by Alex Weishart. In this lesson, our learning goal is I will find the main idea and put the ideas from the text in order, okay? So here's our new document that we are going to be completing. Here's our yes, here is our no, and here are our sentence strips that have our peck symbols in them as well to help us figure out how to complete the document and answer the questions. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to focus on the main idea. All right, so in the story, Light and Sound, what is the most important idea in the text? Not an idea, but what is the most important idea? Okay, so let's go over here and let's look at our options. So here we have a car horn, the symbol for car horn, and it says a car horn gives off light. I'm going to ask you, a car horn, does that give off light? No. A car horn gives off sound. You can hear it. You can't see it. Okay, so now we'll go to the second one. And it's a person who has their finger to their lips. And it says, people can only hear quiet sounds. Shh. Is that correct? Can people only hear quiet sounds? No, there are lots of sounds that are loud and quiet. Car horns are loud. Whispering is quiet. So that is no. Okay, so then let's look at the last one. And it says, here's a picture of a light bulb and a picture of sound. And it reads, light and sound are all around us. Think about it. Everywhere you look, you need light in order to see. Even in the dark, you can hear sounds. Light and sound, regardless of bright or dim or loud or quiet, they are all around us. We're going to click on that one and it spins. Great, that means awesome job. And that is where we're going to put underneath what is the most important idea in the text. The most important idea in the text is light and sound are all around us. All right, so now we have our key ideas. Here are our key ideas. It says who or what. Here's first. See how the symbol is darkened. First, next, and last. Okay, so we're going to focus on first. What came first in the story? So let's read our options. Here is a picture of a light bulb, and it says, the sun, flashlights, and candles give us light. Here's a picture of a loud noise, and here's a picture of being quiet. Different sounds can be loud or quiet. And here's a picture of a person who is hearing sounds. So people hear sounds like clapping, car horns, and musical instruments. Now let's think in the story. We first talked about how light and sound are everywhere. What was the first thing they talked about? Did they talk about light or did they talk about sound? They talked about light. So again, let's look back at our three symbols here and find one that has to deal with light. All right, so I see a light bulb here and it says the sun, flashlights, and candles give off light. That sounds like it would be a great option. So does that talk about light? Yes, that one talks about light. That's an option. Okay, so let's listen to the other two. Let's read the other two. Different sounds can be loud or quiet. Does that talk about light? No, that talks about sounds. That does not talk about light. Let's look at our third option. People hear sounds like clapping, car horns, and musical instruments. Does that talk about light? No, that does not talk about light. So let's find our light sentence strip and click on it. It worked. All right, so that one is going to go, that sentence strip is going to go under the first thing that happened in our story. Congratulations. Okay, so now we're on our next. Next, we're going to fill out next. What happened next in the story? So we're going to look at these two different sentence strips and we're going to figure out together what came next in the story. So we have different sounds can be loud or quiet. That's true. Yes, that is true. People can hear sounds like clapping, car horns, and musical instruments. That is also true. So what do you think happened next in the story? If you guessed people hearing sounds like clapping, car horns, and musical instruments, you are correct. You are correct because we are talking about all types of sounds. We're talking about all types of sounds like clapping, car horns, and musical instruments. We're talking about how sounds can be loud or quiet. So this would be the main statement in the story under sound. So this pack right here is going to go right here. And moving on. All right. So last, what happened last in the story? So first we have the sun, flashlights, and candles give off light. Next, we have people hear sounds like clapping, car horns, and musical instruments. What peck sentence would go next? Now here's one where you have loud and soft. It talks about what those sounds that people use, such as clapping, horns, and musical instruments, what they might sound like. So different sounds can be loud or quiet. Let's click on that one. And that sentence strip will go under last. Okay, so let's review. Let's review our main idea and key details. So main idea, what is the most important idea in the text? The most important idea is that light and sound are all around us. You can hear them or see them wherever you go. Key details, who or what? The first part was talked about light and how the sun, flashlights, and candles give off light. Next, the story talked about sound. It gave a generalization about how people hear sounds like clapping, car horns, and musical instruments, just things that you can hear. And then last, it talked about how these sounds can be loud or quiet. So I want you to think about other sounds that make noise, and if they are loud or quiet. I want you to think about other forms of light and think, are they bright or are they dim? Congratulations, you just completed your third lesson using the Unique Learning System. Thank you very much. I look forward to lesson 4. Happy day, guys. Happy day. I miss you.